So, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 has officially been renewed, and it's causing quite the stir in the anime community, and it gives us quite a lot to talk about. But before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you more anime content. I'd love to say this was shocking, but let's be really honest. Jujutsu Kaisen is the most popular anime in the world right now. It would have been more surprising had they not issued this announcement at the end of the season. So, with that in mind, what can we look forward to? Well, we can actually break that down into two categories because we have the what can we expect from the story, and then what can we expect from production. So, let's break that down with the story first. And simple answer is this is going to be an adaptation of the Culling Games. We've known for a long time that, obviously season 2 would adapt Hidden Inventory and then Shibuya Incident, which we obviously got. So then we're gonna get then we're gonna get Culling Games, in season 3. And I actually happen to believe that Culling Games might very well be the best arc in Jujutsu Kaisen. That's not always the most popular opinion. Some people prefer, Shibuya Incident, and some people prefer, Shinjuku Showdown. I think Culling Games happened to be the best showcase of what I think Gege was going for in the new era of Jujutsu Kaisen, and there's some discussion around to be had what will be 4th season, but we'll probably talk about that more when we get around to it in other videos. For now, though, I am looking forward to Culling Games because it offers a lot of opportunity in terms of fights and new characters that they're going to introduce. But outside of that, I can't discuss it that much because, like I said, other videos. We'll probably talk a lot about elements of the Culling game going forward, but with that in mind, I think the thing we have to talk about next is production because unlike with almost any other anime, this is going to be a bit interesting. So the main question around any further adaptation in general from MAPPA comes from the fact that this year there was a big story in the form of their animators starting to speak out against how they were treated. Now, you have to understand that in the anime industry is not like our industries here in the United States, where it's very common for workers to speak out when they are disgruntled in, working conditions. It's not like that in Japan. They don't speak to the outside world. As a matter of fact, usually there's pretty heavy legal contracts ensuring that they don't. So with that in mind, the fact that we started to hear about this year was a big deal, especially for MAPPA, because MAPPA is by far and away the newest and, the big up-and-coming anime studio. And that's why they've been pushing so hard, with Attack on Titan and with Jujutsu Kaisen and with Chainsaw Man. But because of that, many YouTubers have speculated that that big push could be where some of this came from, that they're pushing perhaps too hard, doing too much. And we've known about this for years. We can't honestly say that we were surprised. We've known that there were problems with them adapting Attack on Titan, with them maybe adapting the next season of One Punch Man. So we've known that there were big pressures being placed on the crews involved, and now it finally boiled over this year. The big question is, will it impact season 3 going forward? And we don't know. We don't know if they're currently negotiating things right now. We don't know if that, basically got written off and if they're working with new crews. We just have no genuine idea what's going on. So you could basically break this down into one of two categories. Currently, MAPPA is developing two major productions that we are aware of. One is the Chainsaw Man movie. The other is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. This is probably the situation in which they will either have to reorganize their labor system for animators, or the animators will renegotiate their contract for better working conditions, like not being rushed at the last minute on episodes. It's hard to picture that some of those episodes for Jujutsu Kaisen were being finished the day they were being released. So we will see. That could potentially also have the effect of setting this back. Jujutsu Kaisen kind of got this production done in a year. But like I just said, they didn't get it all done in a year. They got a lot of the early part of it done within a couple month period. Because keep in mind too, they're working on other projects, the Chainsaw Man movie, other TV shows. And that does drain your resources. If you look at a studio like A1, they have a bunch of teams. MAPPA, relatively new, still kind of small. So because of that, whether this will cause a delay or not, I don't know. I'm just going to let you know there's a possibility of it. And that's kind of everything we can talk about. Like I said, we'll break down certain elements of the Culling games going forward, and if we get more news updates around production, I will be sure to relay those. But if you're still here, I want to thank you and let you know about something. I have just started a Patreon, and it's only $2 a month right now, and if you just want to show some support for this channel and help me grow, I would be deeply appreciative of that. We're kicking around the idea of adding some more tiers with some rewards and stuff, so going forward, I'll probably talk more with you about that. And I'll see you later in the next video.